Hello, Virgo. I'm Art Kozak. This is Art Kozak Tarot, and this is your reading for March 16th through the 22nd, 2020. Virgo, in the coming week, it's time to let it go. That's what the cards are telling me. You are going to be going through a shift in which you have been perhaps taking some time of healing to yourself. You have been holding on to your resources very recently in a certain respect. You've been feeling like you're very competent, but you haven't really been going forward. Things really haven't been actually happening so much in the world. You've just been feeling your potential. There's been a great, and you feel it, and you're going to continue to feel that potential. I think in the coming week, the fact that you do have all of your competence at the ready is going to prove itself because some things are going to be falling apart around you. And this may not be any one thing specifically. This may not be one particular event. What I'm actually seeing as an overall theme for the week is that some things are just falling apart, and it's time to let them go, to be hands off and let them go. You are looking at charging forward now, whether you've been in a period of stagnation or you've just simply, again, been conserving your resources, healing. It's time to go ahead and move forward confidently. And at the beginning of the week, I think you're going to receive some very good help from someone else. Okay, I think that you're going to receive, and this may be financial. Often I hesitate to tell people that they've got a check in the mail, literally, because you never know how the universe has things ready to deliver for us. But I think in this case, financially, there may be a situation, financially, material, or just in terms of material help. I think there's going to be somebody there who gives you a boost, who is there to give you some of the reciprocal, there's going to be some reciprocation, whether directly or indirectly, for the good efforts that you've been putting forth into the world, into life, the universe, however you put it. So I think that you're going to receive some kind of charity from a warm-hearted person, probably either financial, material, something that's going to help you be independent, okay? It's something that's going to increase or contribute to your independence. That is good because, as I've said before, I think you've been holding on to yourself. You've been holding on for the sake of your independence, and now it's time to go forward independently. So in the coming week, further on, after you go through this particular event, and this may be late in the week, this may be, again, an overall theme. You're going to find something out at some point that is a little bit burdensome to you. You're going to find something out, maybe surreptitiously. Somebody might drop a hint. You might discover something by doing just a little bit of investigation, just a little bit of extra effort in investigating. But you're going to find out some bit of information that you see as being very burdensome for you, particularly in a professional context or in the context of how it is that you act in the world on a regular basis. Yeah, probably in a professional context. And how do you deal with that? Well, I think for you, that you've got a lot of positive feelings kind of in the back of your mind. You've got a lot of positive content in the back of your mind. And you might find in the coming week that comes forward to you through dreams. Very often, if we have the subconscious content, of course, the subconscious content of our minds comes forward to us in dream time. And you may find that your dreams are giving you some pleasant feelings by the time you wake up, that a lot of positivity that you may not have even known you had was back there, and that's part of this competence that you have. Okay, this is part of your ability, and now your ability to move on, having been healed, having conserved your resources, your ability to get this boost and move on has to do with the fact that you have a lot of good stuff back there in the back of your mind. And that's the fuel from which the fire burns. So overall, that just the general excuse me, just the general conclusion of this entire cycle. This, to me, it seems a little disconnected, but I'm going to have to let you put it together in the context of your life. What the cards are telling me as a general conclusion to all of this is that you are going to have a great deal of hope and optimism for a relationship. This may be, and these are not strictly love readings, as I often say. This is overall for your specific situation, whatever might be most important to you in the coming week or month. But I'm seeing, as a conclusion of all of this, where I haven't talked a whole lot about love and relationships, a lot of genuine hope and optimism for a particular relationship, or because of a particular relationship. You may find that for whatever reason, because of these things that you've gone through, you've kind of all of a sudden met a wonderful romantic partner, romantic prospect. If that's what you're looking for, you may find that the person that you're with, or the relationship you're in, whatever the particular relationship may wind up getting a supercharge from whatever these events are that you're going through in this week. So even though, and again, I say it's a little odd for me, even though most of what I've talked about here has little to do with love and relationships, the overall conclusion is that you're going to have a great deal of hope and optimism for the sake of and in a particular relationship. It may be that if you have a date planned, or you wind up making a date for the end of the week, Saturday, Sunday, that winds up going swimmingly because you've been able to just basically get off your butt from where you were to where you're going in this coming week. Now, I will also say that the people in your life, whether this has to do with a romantic prospect or not, you may find that some people in your life are a little bit defensive. You may have to deal with some people who are a little bit defensive, which is kind of boring. I mean, it's to me, sometimes when you're interested in living your life and you've got energy and you're just ready to go and get things done, if people around you are being defensive or uncooperative, that's just a little boring. I mean, it's just boring to have to deal with that. So you have to find ways around it. If you come into situations where you find that other people have their defenses up, or they're simply not wanting to be cooperative, as tedious as that might be, try to get over the tedium quickly and just think, okay, well, how do I get around this situation? Okay, you might have to be extra diplomatic with somebody to get them to cooperate with you. You might have to just say, okay, well, this person isn't doing what I need them to do or want them to do, so I'll go find a way to get it done myself. Or, as I've done often, for example, if you're calling up the customer service for whatever it is institution you're calling, and the person you're talking to isn't helpful, hang up and call again. You'll get a different operator, see what they have to say. It's that kind of thing that you may find yourself having to do or participate in the coming week at some point. So I hope something that I've had to say is helpful for you in the coming week. Also, I'm reminding everybody, please check out the Wheel of Fortune readings in the playlist section. The Wheel of Fortune readings stay relevant throughout the month. They're designed specifically to help you find and to see those opportunities that the world, the universe, the gods, however you frame it, have for us in a particular month, and hopefully give you some information about how to pursue those opportunities and what they might lead to. So thank you again for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, checking out the Patreon page. There's a link to our Patreon page in the description below if you're interested in that. Once again, I am Art Kozak, and I look forward to speaking to you again in the future.